Rafiki Kenyans, and welcome to those watching from the other countries who watch my videos. Syed here. Hope you guys are doing well for today. In this video, I'm going to be going over certain usage of tools that engineers use and physicists and other people who have a gazillion amount of things in their day to do, what they use to go about by their day and their jobs. 5 instruments for today we're going to be going over, and to those who are also watching, I hope you guys are having a good, fun, spectacular, good week of your school year. I know the very first week has been completed. Hope you guys are doing okay on that. I know the phone policy was also in effect for some states, but I hope, we're all going to get through this together. Teamwork makes the dream work, and we'll get used to these adjustments. So let's have a fun, but besides, let's have a fun and safe environment and have a good school year. So let's begin. Let's begin. So first instrument that I'm going to be going over for today is a measuring tape. Now you may be asking, what is a measuring tape? I'm glad you asked. A measuring tape is essentially a tool that people use to measure certain objects' distance, length, width, or the distance between 2 points on a circle. It's basically used to measure certain things. Now, notice that with this measuring tape specifically, there are many different measuring tapes. Usually it has on the first side is the inches side. So the max that it goes on this one is 40. There's nothing printing on this side. There's like a metal kind of thing over here. You can see there's a metal kind of thing over here that kind of shows that it stops at that point. And you can see here that it goes all the way back to 1. And on the back side is the centimeter section. This is the centimeters. It goes at 1. Notice that on this side it says inches. This side it says centimeters. This goes all the way up to 100 centimeters. If you take a look at that, I think it can zoom that in if I need to. Yeah, so it goes up to 100 centimeters on this one. So measuring tapes are very, very spectacular. They're very, very useful when you want to measure certain things. Now, what if the object is really, really, really long, you may ask, right? If the object is really, really long in distance, you can also use this measuring tape. This is the second tool I'm going to be going over. This is a measuring tape that people in robotics and other labs use to measure longer objects. So this is a bit different than this measuring tape. This goes at a certain range up to 100 centimeters. This one goes like very far. So if you can see here, it's metal, so you can pull this out, and you can see here that this one, it goes up to 25 feet. So it goes to 25 feet, light champ, it goes all the way. You can see here that at the top, the big numbers represent the inches, the bottom is the centimeters, and it goes by 1/8 actually. That's really, really cool. So you can see here that with that, you can see here that definitely that it goes to that certain distance, and you can also notice that it goes forever and ever and ever and ever. And there's a clip over here though. There's a clip over here. Let me see if I can get that in the camera. There's a clip over here. You press that and it clicks. It holds the measuring it holds the measuring tape at a certain distance, which is very, very awesome. This can be used to measure like tall objects or metalized objects that you're trying to create. I don't know if metalized is a word. Metal is a word. So, if you want to create like if you want to measure distances with like bigger objects, this is a very good tool to use. And there's a holder over here. This holder helps, you can like measure a distance. Like let's say this is the desk. Let's see if I want to measure the desk. Let's see if I can hold the distance. The distance with the desk is approximately around 47. It holds the clip over here. I wish I could show that on camera, but yeah, it's really, really awesome. So that's really cool. Let me just make sure I don't get hurt in the process of this. So wait, hold on. Okay, that was close. Whew, that was close. Okay. So don't do what I did there, but yeah, this is really, really awesome. This is a very good instrument. There's also a holder over here as well. You can also put this on your pocket as well. So I mean, like, I'm not going to do it on camera because that's kind of weird, but for me, that's kind of, weird, but I can just probably, let me see if I can see if it works on my shirt. See if it works. This holder helps, make sure that, I think certain tool people, like certain construction workers, they put this in their pocket. So like, let me see if I can put this in my pocket really quickly. Let's see here. Yeah, it fits perfectly. So you can notice here that the measuring tape over here, you can measure this, and you can clip it on your pocket or other pant gears that you use. This is really awesome. The fourth instrument that I want to show you guys is this. Now I'm going to go into physics now. This is the pendulum. Two balls being rotated at a specific axis point. This is the axis point that is being rotated upon. And you can notice that these are two balls. This is used in IYPT a lot, when you're trying to, measure the distance of how much these are, being hit. You can use this to measure like collision or, how much the speed or how much rotation they're doing around a certain axis point. I'm not sure what this is called. I'll take a look into this. This is from, an inspiration on on IYPT. So this is really, really awesome. So I'll show you guys that as well. But yeah, this is really cool. You can see that it can hit the balls, and that's really, really awesome. It's very wooden. A lot of physicists use this to calculate collisions or want to calculate rotations of a ball. This is really, really awesome, and the balls are very they're made of wood, so yeah. So you can see here that you have to make sure that you hit it at the exact spot, so that way you can hear the collisions being made. So yeah, don't think it's going to be doing that on my end, so that's completely fine. The fourth instrument that I'm going to be going over is this guy. This is a calculator. Now, there are many calculators that we use in physics and also engineering as well, and math as well. But for this kind of calculator, you can see here that this calculator is really awesome. You can learn a lot of functions on here. Notice that, on this calculator, you have a lot of functions here, like trig functions, number functions. You also have these functions as well. The calculator math function, these can lead to graphing certain things. Like, let's say if I want to press stat something over here, you can see here that there's editing operators over here. These are some catalog areas where you can edit certain graphs. You press edit, you can graph certain things. That's very, very awesome. You can also see here that there is a lot of calculation ways that you can calculate mean, median, standard deviation, etc. This calculator is a TI-84 plus. It's really, really useful in many cases. There's a charging battery over here, so you can plug in your battery for your TI-84 plus. There are also other good calculators that I'm not going to be showing, but the main usage of a calculator is to calculate a lot of math related material. So this is from Texas Instrument. They're also better calculators, and there's actually a lot of good calculators out there, like TI-83, TI-84. There's also a ton of calculators. I can show you guys one more actually if I have it on me right now. So I have two more that I'm going to show you. This is just for the calculators section of this video. So this one is the Casio FX300 ES Plus. This is another kind of calculator. It doesn't have the main, it doesn't have these kind of functions that the TI-84 has, but this just has basic functions of calculating certain things. So this is really, really awesome. There's also a manual for this as well, which is very good. I always keep the manuals on here just in case. So this is a really good Casio kind of calculator. Now we also have this calculator. This is another Casio calculator. This is actually a calculator that was here from a long time ago. This is back in the I would say probably in the 1990s. Can't believe I still have calculators. I love calculators. This is another one of these calculators that are back then. It's really, really awesome. You have to make sure that it's a bit similar to this calculator. You can notice that they need solar powered battery. These are solar powered, so they need light to make sure that these are light up perfectly. This one's really, really old. You can notice that it's very small. Back in the day, this is the FX260 solar. Back in the days, you needed to, when you're in high school in the 1990s, you needed to use this calculator to kind of calculate certain things on a test, functions, graphing. When Desmos was not even a thing, you had to use this calculator. And this is a very old calculator. I'm not even joking. This is one of the very old calculators back in the 1990s. I think it was in the 1990s or 2000s, probably, but this is really old. It's been here with me for over 20 years, which is insane. So this is very awesome. So that's the whole calculators section that I want to go over in terms of what physicists use and also what engineers use as well. I'm just going over a few of these as well. The last tool, and this is essentially what physicists use that I'm going to be going over, is this guy. This is a boomerang. It's not a V shape. It's not an L shape. It's not even an A shape. This is a boomerang. So boomerangs, this is gonna be, we're gonna talk about this a lot in Unit 4 regarding with aerodynamics, air resistance, etc. We're gonna be going over a lot, I mean a lot of stuff in Unit 4 about this. But here you can see that like this is what we used to make back in, IYPT. We used to make these certain tools and instruments for, certain things. This is one of the cool ones. This is one of the boomerangs that we made. Notice that there's some, good air that's being flown inside and they're evenly distributed. So yeah, this is very, very awesome. But let's just be very clear. I'm going to be very firmly clear as well that, this instrument doesn't really throw pretty well, but we did our best doing so. It doesn't rotate pretty much. It doesn't rotate too well, so it's okay. But that's another instrument that I do want to show you guys for today. And yeah, I'm gonna pick this up after the boomerang. I don't like to be on camera a lot. It's a bit nerve-wracking for me on camera, so I'll do my best to try my best off the scenes to kind of like discuss a lot of these things. But I hope you guys found this video. Hope you guys found this video fun. Make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. And yeah, this is the ending for this video. Thank you guys and take care. Sign off.